All right, we'll start off with the Bulldogs. Talk to me what you saw in Starksville this past weekend.
I saw exactly what I wanted to see. Before the game, I was telling the boys, we need to whoop their ass. Like, we need something. All year, these teams that we're playing down to, it's time to lock in. Like, it's November. Let's whoop some ass. And we went in there and beat the shit out of them. Gunnar Stockton looked good. No surprise for me. We were spreading the ball out. Chauncey Bowens, I am so excited for the future with him. He needs to start every single game. I like Nate Frazier. They're a good duo, but Chauncey needs to be number one. But other than that, man, I can't complain. Mike Bobo's calling good plays. Defense is locking in when they need to. We're getting the dubs.
Absolutely. This is Inside of the Red Zone, episode 10 of our great show. The money man himself, Moneybag Joe, is finally back. I don't know where you been at. And then
been a busy dog, man.
Busy dog. And of course, myself, that be on the show here. We're proud and presented by Flacco City Studios. We want to thank you guys for tuning in.
Zoot.
All right. But yes, I got to agree with you 100% about the dogs. They looked impressive. Especially in Starksville, you got to make sure that you tune out all the cowbells out there in Mississippi State.
And they were loud on that first drive.
Yeah, when they was up 7-0. So I was impressed what they saw. It's a good tune-up game for we know what's coming this weekend. We'll get to that. But I like what I saw. Zachariah Branch, great. I agree with you. They got to start Chauncey Bowens too. He's been a man possessed, especially. I don't know what the yards per average or yards per carry. I got to check that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can check that for us. But yeah, compared to him and Nate Frazier, it's been night and day for sure.
Chauncey Bowens, yards per carry. I'm curious for that as well.
Yeah,
I know
it's got to be 4 or 5.
I was thinking 5.
Yeah,
at least.
Like that. So definitely, I've been impressed. But we know what's in the horizon this weekend. Number 10 Texas, number 5 Georgia. In Athens. I will be there Saturday night. You know what I mean? Arch Manning coming to town. Texas had a lot of hype coming into the season. They kind of underwhelmed themselves. They've rolled up a couple wins, 3 or 4 straight. So now they're back at 10. It's going to be interesting for me to see another big test for Georgia. I'm not going to say I don't think, but Georgia's definitely one of the teams in the top 10 that's definitely been battle tested. You talk about strength of schedule. The committee cares about that. The committee cares about who you played, what you played, what environment, the results of the game. So this is another one. And all of these battle tested games, I think, is going to obviously help Georgia once the college football playoff happens.
5.5 yards per carry for Chauncey Bowens is a true freshman.
That's impressive.
It is.
Yeah.
That's basically like give it to him 2 times a first down, and every single time.
Yeah, twice a down.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not too worried about not making the playoffs. I mean, we have Texas at home. I think we get by them, but I think we could lose to either or. I don't think we can lose to both Texas and Georgia Tech, but either or, I think we're still in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think as long as the thing is the Ole Miss win. As long as Ole Miss keeps winning, in the committee's eyes, that's a big win. You talk about a team that's like knocked 4 top 25 teams in the country, and they beat them. So as long as Ole Miss wins, that resume still looks good.
Yeah,
despite them losing to like a Texas, or you ain't losing to like Georgia Southern or something.
No, I think it's Charlotte who we got. Texas, Charlotte, and then Georgia Tech.
They lose to Charlotte, we're gonna have another conversation. But if they lose to anything, I think they're pretty much a lock.
I agree.
To get to, especially too, they lost only by 3 to Alabama. Alabama beat 4 top 10 teams in a stretch of 4 games.
And they could have beat Alabama.
They could have beat them. So that resume still looks good in the eyes of the committee.
I agree.
Feel like 100%. I want to talk about who I texted you when this happened too, Fernando Mendoza and the Indiana Hoosiers. I think he wrapped up the Heisman. Because the thing about Heisman's is you got to have a moment. I thought that was the moment.
Yeah.
I thought that was the moment. And that was crazy. In Penn State, in Happy Valley. I didn't think he had like 1 or 2 feet down. They showed the review. He had both feet down. they're not going to get tested really until the Big Ten championship
Yeah.
against Ohio State. I want to see what they do, but as an individual, I think it's him.
I'm still up in the air with Mendoza. I think he put them in that situation, so he had to pull them out. I don't think it was a Heisman moment, but I think it was a dog moment. Like, I put us here, I'm going to get us out. And he did not throw the best ball in the back of the end zone. Yeah. That receiver made just like one hell of a catch. That's one of the best catches I've ever seen. The way he kept his right foot up and just slid that little back foot, dude.
Yeah, that was insane.
That's crazy.
I didn't think it was a catch.
I didn't either.
I didn't think it was a catch, and then they showed the review multiple times. The funniest thing was Gus Johnson calling the announcer. I don't know if you saw that. I was watching the game.
I was watching it, but we had other games on the other TV. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, live hearing Gus Johnson and Joe Klatt, it was insane. This man was screaming on the mic, but Indiana to me is just like, I know they went into Oregon. That's probably their best resume win. A lot of people will say that they haven't beaten anybody, but I think it's different. I think these like low scoring and close games that they're playing is actually a good thing for them. Now, we're going to see. They're not going to get tested until they play Ohio State. But yeah. I think it's a good thing for them knowing that, even if things aren't going well, we have the ability to come back because we have number 15. So
yeah.
I was going to, other question too, I was going to ask you, how do you feel about the mock draft? They have Mendoza as 1 going into the Saints, number 1 overall. How do you feel about that?
I think it'll change by the end of the year. It always does. I mean, there's still some time left, and he's still got some big games left. I mean, everybody looks good when you're playing a Big Ten schedule. I mean, you're playing like Syracuse, or I don't know if they're ACC or Big Ten, but like Rutgers and Northwestern. You know what I'm like? I just got to see it to believe it. And the win in Oregon was good. That's about it.
Yeah.
Whenever you're going to start playing these playoff teams who have 5 stars, 4 stars, all across the board. Their defensive ends are faster than your quarterback. So I'll see whenever he's like C.J. Stroud had a told you so moment against my Dogs back in 2021. Like, it was like, I wasn't sold on C.J. Stroud, and he lit our ass up, and we were the top defense in the country.
Too, I didn't even think that. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, C.J.'s that guy. Thankfully, we won, but I still needed that. I need that moment for Mendoza for me to be sold.
No, 100%. This is a 2-part question. The first college football rankings came out last week. Do you have any problems with the rankings, where Georgia is, where everybody on the top is, and who you think is the best team in the country right now?
I think Ohio State's still number 1. They deserve to be number 1. Texas A&M should be number 2.
I agree with that.
They just look ridiculous.
Marcel Reed is.
They have an argument to be number 1.
They do. I was gonna say that the strength of schedule that A&M has had and the teams that they've beaten, they have a real chance. Because out of fairness, we're giving Ohio State the number 1 team because they're the undefeated champions. Their defense looks like an NFL roster.
They didn't give Georgia that same treatment back in 2022, but
fair point. But really, Ohio State, who have they played? Texas A&M. The Aggies have actually played somebody.
They've been going away at like South Carolina, and dude,
at LSU,
whooping everyone's ass. Marcel Reed looks. He's a Heisman frontrunner for sure. He's probably my Heisman pick right now. If he keeps it up and they end up going to the national championship, it's like, how do you not give that to him?
Yeah. What about any of the non-conference teams like Texas Tech and BYU? They had a big win this weekend.
Texas Tech had
dark horses.
Texas Tech lost to Arizona State, so I mean, they're in the Big 12. That's like playing 3A high school football.
It's like playing Pee Wee.
Yeah.
Out there for sure. I want to switch to the NFL here. NFL trade deadline. That was something that we didn't get on because you were here a couple weeks. Sauce going to the Colts. Jerry Jones finally doing something. Quentin Williams. The Jets are just cleaning house. That's what I see from them. But your thoughts about what you saw at the deadline? Anything that
I
interested
think Quentin Williams was a solid pickup after you lose Micah Parsons. Sauce Gardner didn't look too saucy against my Falcons, but we couldn't pull it out anyways. Jonathan Taylor, absolute monster.
We're going to get to him.
Yeah, he's just a cheat code. I think you got the Eagles stacking up like they always do. That dude just trades like, I think he had 98 trades since like 2015 or something. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the rich keep getting richer with him.
Yeah,
I don't know how he pulls off these. He's
just a trade goober.
That's a GM or whatever his position is, president or GM, that be fleecing everybody. Like I don't know how you do it. Like,
you see how the Cowboys basically made it to where they can't trade it to Micah. They can't trade Micah Parsons to the Eagles.
Right.
They're basically like, the Eagles are going to try to fucking get this motherfucker, and if you do, you're giving us another first-round pick.
They tried to get Garrett.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. But thank God the Browns got some sense in him.
Yeah.
You know? But
thank God Garrett doesn't have any sense. He got the fuck out of Cleveland.
Well, we spoke about that in some of the previous episodes there as well. But I pretty much looked at all the trades. I didn't have any issues with none of the trades at all. None of them was like anything strange, whatever. I would have loved my New England Patriots to either get Waddle or AJ Brown, but you know, Eagles ain't gonna give him up. But it is what it is.
Drake May really doesn't have a solid number one.
Diggs is past his prime.
Yeah. And he's got like 16 babies on the way.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Drake May, keep it wrapped up.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about your Atlanta Falcons. We'll start off with that game in Berlin. First game in Germany, I think, ever, if I'm not mistaken.
It was sick.
It was a great game. Drake London continued doing Drake London things, but again, I think JT has probably solidified himself as an MVP. It's between him and Stafford right now, but he's doing some things right now. Like, man, he might break Eric Dickerson's record.
Yeah, he might. He's on the way. And Falcons don't have a slouchy defense.
No.
Like, that's just, he's doing something right. That was another where it was like, is Jonathan Taylor, like, is this just like is he just playing against shitty defenses and just people aren't prepared for him? I guarantee you the Falcons prepared for him and they still couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
I was hoping the Falcons took advantage of the trade deadline and got rid of some staff.
JT he's incredible. We got to give some love to the offensive line too for putting them holes against them. But what he's doing right now is pretty much incredible there as well. So I wanted to talk about that. But even though they lost, it was still a good weekend for Atlanta.
Yeah,
Tampa Bay lost. You got the Panthers that lost. We'll talk about Tampa Bay against New England. If nobody thought that New England was real, well, I think that was the game that showed everybody that was real. Everybody's talking about they played below 500 teams, sub 500 teams in Tampa. I know that makes you happy that they lost, of course, in the lost column. But talk to me about what you saw.
With your Patriots? I didn't watch too much of that game, I'm going to be honest with you, but I'm happy that they got it done against the Bucks. Yeah. My Falcons couldn't take advantage of this weekend, but I mean, y'all did everything you could.
The thing is, I don't know how the Saints beat the Panthers. That's strange to me, but you beat the Packers at Lambeau. It's strange.
What are we, the NFC East?
NFC East or NFC South?
NFC South. It's like the Big 12 of the NFL. Yeah. I mean, you got the Buccaneers, but you got the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers. Like, we just look like a dumpster fire of a conference.
Yeah. It's been terrible. It's definitely been terrible. Buffalo losing to Miami. We gotta talk about that. That right there. There's some people that had them going to the Super Bowl.
I mean, the Falcons whooped up on the Buffalo Bills, so it wasn't like a.
Yeah.
And then Miami beat the Falcons.
So what's the problem with the Bills? Like, talk to me. There's something wrong with the Bills this year. I can't pinpoint what it is.
I think it's the defense, obviously. I mean.
Yeah, they can't stop the run.
Yeah, they can't stop shit. defense wins championships and also wins your games. So, I mean, you got Josh Allen. He's doing a phenomenal job, but he can't stop people from scoring as well. So, you got to invest in the defense.
Definitely do. They got some injuries in there, but there's no excuse. This is a team that had not only like AFC conference aspiration, but Super Bowl aspirations. Like, because if you don't get it done this year, then that, like I always say in football, it's kind of like basketball. You got a window. Mm-hmm. That Bills window is starting to like close because they haven't recovered since the 13 seconds at Kansas City. Mm-hmm. You know, they've been losing to Kansas City every year. That window's starting to shrink. Like, you only got a 3 to 5 year window to win a chip. If not, players want to get paid.
Josh Allen's going to leave.
Exactly my point.
Like a Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Just got the fuck out of Detroit and boom.
I think that's the only trade that worked out for both teams. It worked out for Goff, and it worked out for Stafford there as well. I want to talk to you about the Ravens, man. All of a sudden, 3 in a row. They coming out the shadow. It looked like they might come back and win the division. A team that I thought I wrote off because I had them win the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, again, I was always saying it's early in the season. It's still early. I mean, we just hit the halfway point, didn't we?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what's their record?
They're 4-5.
Yeah, I mean, if they can go 6-3, I mean, they're in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Right, especially in their division. And Pittsburgh continues to lose. I don't know what's going on with that team right there. I want to segue to what you were talking about, Stafford and Goff. I want to talk about the NFC West. We saw what the Rams did this weekend, gaudy numbers. Like Matthew Stafford, your dog. He been.
I don't bark about Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford, like we got to give this man some props. He's leading the league in passing, touchdowns, passing yards. Like, he's been putting up gaudy numbers. And if you're a defense, I don't know what you do because you can't double Adams and you can't double Puka at the same time. Mm-mm. And they can have a run game. So he's lighting it up. You got Sean McVay calling the plays for them. So they're a problem. But I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, Kiki's Super Bowl pick ain't looking so bad, is it?
Yeah. I remember he said the Los Angeles Rams. And I was like, what you know about the Los Angeles Rams? But he knows
he's an Arsenal fan. That's the only reason he picked them.
Yeah, I wonder. Knows that. But I'll be honest with you. I like what I see with Seattle. I think they're a real threat. What do you think about that?
I don't think they're too much of a threat, honestly. I think they don't have any, like, playoff experience. You know what I mean? Like, Pete Carroll's gone, Russell's gone. They don't. I think they continue doing decent in the regular season, but once crunch time hits, they're not. They're no contenders.
Only reason I think I like this team is they don't have the Legion of Boom anymore, but they got a Legion. And that defense, we know in the playoff, defense travels. Mm-hmm. So I think they can really, like, but they have got some grown men on that defense. Ernest Jones. You got Devin Witherspoon.
Who was it that had the two?
Williams. DeMarcus Lawrence had 2 touchdowns. Yeah. They've got some grown men on that defense. So I think with them, the formula is if you can run the football, you don't turn the ball over and mess up the game, Sam Darnold, and you get Jackson Smith and Jigma, the defense is going to do their job. Because that defense is a grown man. But I agree with you. The experience that the Rams got is going to bode well for them in the NFC.
For sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I don't know if you saw the Lions and the Commanders game when Amon-Ra scored a touchdown. You know, Donald Trump was on the sidelines. Right after that, he got smacked. Did you see that? He got punched by Deron Payne.
I heard about it.
Yeah. So he did the little Donald Trump thing. Then after that, he's walking out to go to the sidelines. I don't know what got into him. Something with the Commanders. This man comes, huge wind up. We got to pull up that play, by the way. Comes with a huge wind up and just smacks them. 2-game suspension.
Good.
Yeah, can't do that.
I wonder what that was about. Do you think that's because he did the Donald Trump dance?
No. Can't be about that. Can't be about that.
That's wild.
Look, you can have, everybody has their own political beliefs, but I don't think somebody will smack somebody in the middle of the game for
a dance.
Yeah. It had to be probably.
Yeah. Yeah,
jarring or
like I
something.
said, I didn't see it. I heard about it though. It's you got to keep that off the field, brother. Find him in the locker room or something.
There's news that came out that Mr. Joe Burrow, he's back in practice. Could be back as early as Thanksgiving or the first week of December. My thought in this is the Bengals aren't going nowhere this year. I see absolutely no reason for him to speed him or to bring him back. Just let the guy be healthy. Let him come back next year. There's no reason for him to come back.
Yeah. Did he get paid?
He got paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you might be wanting them game day checks.
Nah. He's got a fat money on him for sure.
But that's good, man. I like Joe. He's a good dude. I always want to see him do well.
Absolutely, except when he's playing the Dogs. Right?
Oh yeah, he fucking lit us up.
Nah, for sure. Big game this week. We got a couple big games coming up this weekend. We got obviously Texas and Georgia. I want to get a score on that.
Dog by 50.
We're gonna get a realistic score. Oklahoma playing Alabama. Oklahoma, although you can never count out their defense.
I need
get a score on that.
I need an Oklahoma win. It's in Tuscaloosa, so I don't see that happening. But I would love a cool little 31-30 Oklahoma win. And then I need my Dogs. I have good faith that we're going to get it done. And I'm just going to go ahead on record and say we're going to whoop their ass by at least 17. So I'll say 41-21.
41-21 Dogs. Not too far-fetched. Texas has been looking bad this week.
And our defense has been locking in.
I love that for sure. Green Bay, the game last night, Green Bay in Philadelphia, that was a horrible game. I saw all 4 quarters.
I didn't watch any of it.
It was really bad. Didn't score an offensive touchdown until the 4th quarter. Both defensive fronts. Jalen Carter was getting after it.
Well, it was cold as shit, too.
Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons was in Hurts' grill. Barkley couldn't get going. If I think, here's my thing in that game. There's a problem. There's a problem going on in Philadelphia behind the locker room because I called out Saquon Barkley. He heard me. Now I know the Packers got a really good defense. It's not the Giants. I understand that. But again, they're not running the football, and now all of a sudden, teams aren't even afraid of AJ Brown. They're doubling Devontae Smith now. So they're giving one-on-one with AJ Brown, doubling Devontae Smith, and putting 8-man boxes to stop Barkley. There's something wrong with that. I don't know what's going on with that. And then with the Packers, I've never trusted Jordan Love. I had all the talent in the world. I think that defense is a championship level defense.
Absolutely.
He's gonna be the one that makes them not make it far in the playoffs. What do you think about that?
I'm right there with you. I heard Peyton and Eli talking about Jordan Love, and it was basically like, you have to be that guy. Like, we have all the other components. Now we just need you to be that guy, and we'll win a Super Bowl. And I completely agree. You have top 5 defense in the league, and then you have many weapons. You got one of the best running backs in the country. You have to be that guy, and y'all win.
Yeah. I don't think it's a Matt LaFleur thing. I think it's a Jordan Love thing with me there as well. So,
I also saw Peyton Manning, his first game at Lambeau Field, and it's obviously very cold there. He dropped back. They were on the 5-yard line. His first throw, he went to throw it, and it just went flying up in the air. He had to fall on it for safety. So it's like, you kind of expect no offense on a night like that. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know if it was rainy, but it was cold as fuck.
Yeah.
So
30 degrees weather in Lambeau, Wisconsin. Yeah. That shit.
It's windy.
Game of the week this week. I need some scores. We talked about Seattle. We talked about Rams. It's in Los Angeles. And then these guys, Patrick Mahomes off a bye week against Denver. I need some scores on that.
Seattle and Rams. It's in Seattle?
No, it's in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
all right. Yeah, give me the Rams. Matt Stafford's going to continue cooking. That Seattle defense is going to hold him back a little bit. So we'll go like 27-17 Rams, and then Chiefs in Denver.
In Denver, yeah.
Give me Denver by 3, 31-28.
I'm going to go the opposite route. And I know I had Denver winning the division, right? I don't like what I've been seeing with Denver. Now, their defense, like the Packers, they're the Packers of the AFC. That defense is legit. Bonito. You talk about Zach Allen. You talk about Pat Surtain. You name it. I mean, these guys, they loaded. They lead the league in sacks, lead the league on third down of opponents, conversions on third. Their defense is elite. But Bo Nix. And
Sophomore slump.
I mean, you got Sutton, you got Franklin. There's no excuse. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to take the Chiefs here. I'm going to take the Chiefs. Especially off of bye week. You give 2 weeks, Andy Reid, to prepare. I'm going to take the Chiefs on an upset here. I'm going to take the Chiefs 34-28 in a shootout. And it's going to make the AFC West a little bit interesting because I do not like what I'm seeing with Denver's offense. I don't know what they got going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, when the Chiefs come to town, it's like Alabama coming to town. You know what I mean? I think they'll pull their britches up and get it done.
We'll see that, and we'll talk about it more next week. This is Inside of the Red Zone, episode 11 of our great show every Friday. We want to thank you guys for tuning in.
Zoop.
I come